Good morning, everybody. Sitting here warming up the car. Like this time of the year. You got fall time, and then you also have the transition from fall. Going to be going into winter time in a few weeks or so. Got the nice fall leaves from what is around in the neighborhood. I wish there was more fall trees. I just like that whole atmosphere of fall. Little early morning chill. It's definitely in the 30s still right now. I don't mind it. Put on extra layer of clothing. Just, I don't know. Something about that time of the year, watching the birds on the top of the treetops during a cold, frosty morning. Smell of fireplaces. Anyway, I was just thinking about, you take the Red Sea, for example. God parts it, He makes your paths straight. He parts the Red Sea. He makes a pathway through the sea. Dry land, it's already all dry. He makes a pathway for us to get to the other side to, say, maybe overcome temptation. He makes a pathway, He makes a way out. Or whether, any kind of sin, anything that tempts you, He can make a way out. Or by chance, say, circumstances, God will always make your path straight if you ask. And even as a believer at times, even myself included, I pray to Him, Lord, please, make my path straight, guide me, lead me. And if we don't sit down long enough to realize that He is, we might end up tripping ourselves up. Things might be going good, or things might be going good for a while, and all of a sudden, we might trip over, a metaphorical rock, something in our lives, some kind of problem comes up, somebody's giving you a hard time at work, the next door neighbor looked at you funny, or, somebody in the family said something, just, you're trying to keep to yourself, or, you're trying to live right, how the Lord wants you to live, and something comes up and trips you up. It could be a combination between just people in general, or it could be the enemy working through people. But like I said, something, you got that straight pathway through the sea or dry land, Either way, you got that pathway, and for some reason or another, sometimes we tend to take detours instead of just going straight, instead of just keep on going. We have speed bumps, just keep going straight, and instead of, once we hit them speed bumps or we trip and fall, we have a hard time getting back up, unless we pray, and rely on God to handle the rest, Pray to Him, cast all your cares upon Him, for some reason, we always feel the need to be in control, or we always feel the need to, I got to make sure this gets done or that gets done. Seek God first, and He will give you the desires of your heart. If it's His will. If it's not His will, what are you doing? You're just fighting against God's will. But like I said, this is not meant to be a lecture, just a word of encouragement, You may be going through some stuff right now. You may be struggling with stuff right now. Keep praying, and we are expected to do our part, do everything that we can as well. Also, on the same note, like I said, pray. I cannot, it bears repeating, I can't stress it enough. You need to pray, you need to stay in the Word. Pray, pray, pray. That is first and foremost what needs to happen in order to make things move. You have not because you ask not. And if you don't have it at the moment, see, and that's another thing too. If people get frustrated, because they don't get what they want at that very moment. We live in such a microwave society that teaches us, oh, you need to go out and get it, claim it, and name it. It may not be the Lord's will. It doesn't mean that we can't ask, but we need to pray about it. In every situation, we need to inquire of the Lord. That's what David did a lot of times. He inquired of the Lord. Anything and everything he did, he always consulted the Lord first. And I think that's a very good thing to get into. I believe that will also lead you into a closer spiritual walk with the Lord. But all right, guys, better get going. I was going to read about a chapter of the Bible before I clock in at work. So, stay blessed.